OK, Boro back on the winning ways at the weekend with a gutsy 2-1 win at Wolverhampton Wanderers. It was pleasing that after conceding what was really a soft equaliser, that Boro battled and fought their way back into the tie and got it over and done with on the day, instead of either having to take Wolves back to the Riverside or worse still dipping out of the competition. And the reward is a really tough trip to West Ham. It's far from a happy hunting ground for Boro, Upton Park, over recent seasons. And of course they put Boro out of the FA Cup in 2006, in my belief rather fortuitously. I don't think they really deserved to win that much, but then that match to Villa Park. But then I suppose Boro didn't either do enough on the day either. So a little bit of history there between the two sides. First things first though, and it's really getting a result against Chelsea, and that's why it's so pleasing that Boro got a result on Saturday, because winning is a habit, and there's quite a few positives to come out of the match. As I've said before, the battling qualities were terrific. And going from a position where the heads could have gone down and capitulated, they fought back into the game and won it, as I've said. Marvin Enmes got his first FA Cup goal for Boro, to add to that Carling Cup goal he got back in, when was it, August, I think, against Yeovil. So in that respect, it was pleasing that Marvin got off the mark, and perhaps he can contribute something to the second half of the season. Stuart Down had another terrific game, considering his future supposedly up in the air, although I think it's fair to say he's probably going to be here now for at least the rest of the season. He had a lot to do with the second goal, and he was a constant threat in the first half as well. It was good to see Matthew Bates put in such a terrific shift in midfield, especially as he was playing out of position, and it's not long since he came back after a third knee operation, so well done to him. And he might be a little bit lucky to lose out in midfield if he doesn't play on Wednesday, because he certainly looked a better bet than Mohamed Sharkey did in the first half, before he went off through an injury. Also pleasing to see Afonso Alves get on the score sheet. He took his goal terrifically well, chipping the keeper. And if he can show that sort of calmness in front of goal in the coming weeks and months, I think Boro could be well on the way to safety, because he could be the difference between a battle to stay in this division and a push to finish in mid-table, which still isn't a million miles away if you look at the table as it stands at the moment. There's not that many points separating the bottom 12 clubs. Other positives really to take from the match, as I've said, is the general fact that they've just got a result now to take into the Chelsea game. And although Alves went off injured on Saturday, I understand he's got a very good chance of playing at Stamford Bridge on Wednesday night, and that's a real bonus, because as I said, he's back in the scoring touch. He's got 4 in 4, and let's see him continue that 2009 goal scoring form. Throughout the rest of the team, there's still doubts over Aka, who I understand has got a little bit of an illness and could be struggling. Gary O'Neill is available, although he misses Saturday's must-win game against Blackburn after picking up a 5th yellow card of the season against Wolves. Stuart Downing, of course, is fit, and that's crucial to keep him fit. Now, whether Gareth Southgate decides to go with Tunjai on the right and leave Johnson out of the team to accommodate Marlon King, who surely must start after coming in on loan, remains to be seen. Although I think Gareth would be keen to see what King can do. He's a big, strong, awkward operator, and he would probably like to have a bit of physical presence at Stamford Bridge. Throughout the rest of the team, there's still 1 or 2 concerns. As I mentioned, Sharkey's probably injured. He's not going to be fit in time. Robert Huth's got an illness that he's struggling to overcome. Andrew Taylor definitely won't be involved after being injured at Wolves. That was a nasty one, that sort of freakish injury actually. So still problems in terms of getting numbers on the park for Southgate. Although Justin Hoyt came back off the bench, and that's pleasing to see him back after his operation. So overall, pleasing to report on a win for once. And although everyone's going to write Middlesbrough off before Wednesday's match, Gareth certainly believes there's something to be had from the fixture, if not 3 points, and certainly a point. But we were unlucky not to get a point there last season, and they do have a habit of playing quite well at Stamford Bridge, although failing to come away with much in the way of results. So let's see them improve on that, and perhaps get a point to take into Saturday's crucial match with Blackburn.